Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Hey, folks. Welcome to a near lunchtime update on how we're poised to close out the week. It's too soon to make the determination of whether or not it's a strong week, whether or not we will close out near the highs of the day, because we have to worry about that late day fade. And that is what concerns me. So members, later on today, what we'll do is we'll convene. I'm going to do a private members group session, and I'll send it out. And what we'll do is we will talk about how we are poised to close out the day. Do we want to add to positions? Do we want to close out positions? How is the market holding up? And what we're going to talk about right now are how we are looking as we proceed into lunchtime on a weekly basis, and then I'll drill down. I'll do a look at the markets on a 4-hour basis as well, and maybe even do a deeper dive than that. So let's get to it. I'm trying to get my platforms up here to make sure that we're running smoothly, so bear with me, please. All right, cool. Looks like we're doing good here. Hope everybody's ready for a good Father's Day weekend. Okay. And I guess what we could do is we could take some requests, but I'm not going to stay on too long. I want to keep this really brief. And they changed this platform up on me so much. Okay. All right. Where the frig is the chat? All right, I may not be able to take chat questions. It should not be this difficult. There we go, finally. Pricks. Okay. All right, hello all. Let's get to it. All right, so again, we'll go over the weekly charts, how are we poised to close out. We're doing okay right now. We're looking at the Russell 2000 weekly basis. We're up 1.06%. We were up higher. We have faded here a bit. Here's what I'm worried about on a weekly basis, is that we have a lot of resistance above on the Russell on a weekly basis. Now, drilling down to a 4-hour chart, you can see that we broke out earlier above this yellow line here, above resistance, but we were stopped dead at the 1450 mark. And now we are reversing this bar here, which opened up, I believe, 9 a.m. Let me confirm. Yes, 9 a.m. And we are retesting what was resistance should now be acting as support. So what we'll be watching for is, do we close this bar down below the support level? Because that matters. Because if we fail to hold the support level, what that might mean is that later in the day we see selling on the day because you have a breakout point failure or a bull trap, whatever you want to call it. So we're watching the Russell pretty closely here, but it's still up on the day. Let's go back to a weekly view. And again, members, I'm going to do a live stream later on this afternoon. Once we get a feel for how we're going to close out, we'll talk about positions and how we want to position ourselves into the close, into the next trading week. And then, of course, we'll go to the week ahead commentary tomorrow, and we'll put all of our thoughts together, strategy, go over the closing price action of the markets, and we will come up with a game plan for the next week. This week was okay. We stayed long. We didn't get lured into the short side, despite what the thugs, the pricks on Wall Street wanted us to do. We weren't going to do it. And we are up at current. We are up spot 64%. I'll be interested to see how the Qs are doing. 4-hour chart. Here's the problem. This is not a 4-hour chart. Here's the problem. Is that just like with the Russell, we had broken out this bar here above resistance. Now we are flirting with a pullback and a possible close below the support level. So we'll keep an eye on this. There's plenty of time to recapture and hold the support level, but just something to think about as we move into the close. We are off the highs of the session. And you want to make sure that we have a strong close before we add any more to our positions. Now, moving on to the Trip Qs. So before we leave the S&P 500, we have it up nearly spot 7%, whereas the Qs are up on par. I mean, they're about the same. You can see what happened here is that the Qs ran it up and into this upper band of resistance. And it also correlated exactly with the upper band of the third standard deviation Bollinger Band on a 4-hour basis. So we may be just seeing a technical pullback here. Now, gold is looking really, really good. And I want to talk about Spotify as well. Where's my gold? Gold is broken out. Take a look at this. This is a huge move. It's a bit extended, but we're going to be looking to add to the gold mining trade today because the miners are setting up nicely. They're doing well. We're along with the junior miners already. We're going to look to add more. Gold is extended here on a 4-hour basis. We're trading above the third standard deviation Bollinger Band. I would expect a fade at some point in time, whether it be today or whether it be on Monday morning. But I think that pullback is an opportunity to back up the truck on gold. Outstanding. Checking out silver. We'll go to a weekly view first. beautiful, beautiful bullish reversal bar on the week. And we are poised for a breakout. So commodities are looking very, very good. Some more so than others, but certainly the precious metals are looking very, very good as we proceed into the new trading week. Let's go to, let's take a look at the GDXJ, of which we are long of. Yeah. I mean, what can you say? It's breaking out on a weekly basis. The question is, do we hold the breakout? We have a strategy in place already, which is typical that I like to do, is that I wait for the breakout. I may nibble more, but I'll wait for a retest next week, the week following, whenever, of what has been for the last several weeks, this line in green, has been resistance. It is now potentially being overcome. And we'll want to see, because traders like me are OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. We need to, after a breakout, we need to pull back and touch what was resistance. Will it now act as support? It's very, very critical. People do not talk about it enough. Why? I don't know. I think too many people, they anticipate a move by the market. They act on that anticipation, and that's where they get hurt. All right. What else do we want to talk about here? I just did this impromptu. I rarely do this. And the reason why I look at the weekly charts, I'm not a day trader. I would be a horrible day trader. It's not my thing. I like using the weekly charts for strategy purposes, and I like to do my analysis after the market closes, so that way you have no impulse buying. And many times I do it live with members. As I'm going over the charts, what I'll do is I'm thinking to myself, what's this market doing, and developing a strategy right in front of members. And it helps me. It just keeps things transparent. So the airlines on the week are up, but they're off the highs of the week. You can see that this 20-period moving average here in blue is acting as a declining ceiling on UAL. 4-hour chart. Yeah, I think that, hold on a second. I think so. Come on, give me a break. Yeah, this is interesting. So UAL broke out here on the 18th, yesterday in the morning, or after hours yesterday. And now we're pulling back. We're retesting support. Just what I just spoke about. What we're going to be looking for on GDXJ is happening right now, but on a shorter time frame, on a 4-hour chart, if you bring one up, on UAL. We have broken out. We're pulling back. Now we're retesting. And will this be support, or will it fail? And if it fails, in all probability, you're going to get a retrace back down here, 37.50. Now, Spotify, I got to bring up the article. Where is it? Zero Hedge. I love the deal that they did with Rogan, Joe Rogan. I mean, outstanding. Top-notch stuff. They've already paid for his deal 10 times over if they decided to issue more shares and cash in on this surge in prices. I would be a bit surprised if they did that. But they came out with a deal today, which I was taken aback by. Here it is. Now, this is no knock on Kim Kardashian. I'm not going down that road. But Spotify shares soar as Kim Kardashian signs on to host podcast on criminal justice reform. You got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. And here's a surge in the share price. Now, when I see something like this is like jump the shark time. So what I start thinking about is, all right, everybody's in love with Spotify, and I think that this is a ridiculous deal, and I'm sure they're paying her big, big money. So what I want to do is I want to take a look. It's already backing off now. It's up over 5.33%. This is a 4-hour chart. RSI is at 82 spot 219. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we may be shorting Spotify. A quick scalp. Because what we're doing right now is we're trading above the third standard deviation Bollinger Band again. So it looks as though everything's so slow today. I think it's because I'm on so many platforms. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. So you can see that we're trading above, again, third standard deviation Bollinger Band. I think that what we'll probably do here is that we're probably going to head higher. I don't think I'll be shorting just yet. I think that what they're going to do is they're going to gap us right up and into resistance at 250.97, thereabouts. Let's keep this active for a few days. And there we go. Right now, there's too much momentum behind it. Everybody's in love with it. I wanted to see another gap up higher. And we will look to enter short. I'm not predicting Spotify is going to crash. If anything, I'd be looking to buy the shares on a pullback. You can see overlaid here what a beautiful base this was to buy in. This is weekly support in red. Beautiful breakout. Missed that train. But I think that we're going to be able to capture some profits on a pullback. And with that, folks, members, I'm going to check in later on. Everybody have a profitable trading day. I'll talk to you soon. Be well.